innovation, tires, urban mobility, startups working in the mobility space, research organizations working in this space, country pavilions and international showcase. So there are a lot of country pavilions which we will discuss later, which have taken their own exclusive space to showcase technologies, innovations, and enterprise from their countries for the Indian market. And there are state pavilions as well. A lot of the leading states in auto and auto components have taken up pavilions because they also want to showcase their state and see if they can work with the global auto, the mobility ecosystem. And there are buyer-seller meets. These buyer-seller meets are extremely important because in a crowd of 1,500 exhibitors and 5 lakh visitors, people can get lost. So the entire Bharat Mobility team has come together to arrange buyer-seller meets where one-on-one meetings can happen between interested parties. So yes, it will be a great experience and opportunity to understand what the space is, but facilitation is also happening to make sure that people can go back home with business which is either done or close to getting done during this expo. Current shows. Let me take a couple of minutes to take you through each one of them. The Auto Expo, which has been a large show in itself, has got a lot of wings and a lot of further growth by coming under the umbrella of Bharat Mobility. This is going to be happening at the same time. Also, there will be a tire show which will be happening on the same dates. There will be a battery show again, which will work on the entire ecosystem of batteries, and it will be happening, it will be organized by IESA, and it will happen during the same period from 19 to 21st of Jan. Then Steel Pavilion will be from 17 to 22nd, and this will have all the steel companies showcasing their steel which is needed in the mobility space. Also, there will be a Mobility Tech Pavilion which would be spearheaded by NASSCOM, where companies which are primarily software, IoT, AI, machine learning, and all the nascent technologies and fast evolving technologies, those companies will showcase their products and services and how they can be engines of growth in the mobility space. And then India Cycle Show, very proud to talk about this because this is the additional role EEPC India has taken on this year. In addition to being just a coordinating partner where we are working with all agencies, EEPC India has also decided to put up a show, and this is for India Cycle Show 2025. Now, why is it so important? For two reasons. Many of the companies exhibiting in this show are MSMEs, which would get an opportunity to showcase their products to the world. And secondly, cycle as a product is gaining a lot of prominence the world over, primarily because of the low carbon footprint it has, and it has become a preferred mode of transport across the world, and we are seeing fast adoption in most of the growing countries where there are separate lanes for cycles, there are separate docking stations for cycles, and with the connection with the internet, QR code and your mobile phone is all you need to enable a cycle anywhere in the world that you go. Also, the Auto Expo has a specific component show which would be happening concurrently but only from the 18th to the 21st at Vashobhoomi. And Bharat Construction Equipment Expo. So this is an expo which will focus specifically on the construction equipment space, and all the advancements there, and all the major companies would be participating there. And then finally, India Urban Mobility and Infrastructure Show, which is being co-organized by EEPC, which is on urban mobility and infrastructure. Now, urban mobility again holds special significance because in today's day and age, the congestion, the pollution, and the suboptimal choices of mobility are largely in urban areas. Even today, the rural or the semi-urban areas don't have that major challenge. So from that perspective, I think this show is also going to be very exciting.
It too will take place in the India Expo Mart in Gretar, Noida. And let me say that this urban mobility show will have Indian Railways, we have civil aviation there, then we have a Delhi Metro also. What just now Aakash explained about the carbon footprint and all that. So we are putting up all sorts of things over there, which will really bring up the country to the large expectation. And we are trying to include the signaling system and all that. Maybe this year it will be added. Otherwise, next year we are going to add that also. We have to teach people how to go about mobility. That is also equally important. This
Great. Moving on, I'd like to now talk about the conferences, because conferences play a very major role in taking the discussion forward and taking the the thought leadership ahead in that industry. So there are concurrent conferences happening at Le Méridien, where there will be a Indian Battery Manufacturing and Supply Chain Summit, also Indian Battery Recycling Summit. And then SIAM is going to be organizing a Global Electrification Mobility Summit dialogue, and the Auto and Innovation in the Tire Industry on 20th, and something very close to my heart is on road safety, which will happen on 21st. SIAM will on 21st again do a conference on a symposium on thriving eco energy in mobility, and NASCOM would be doing Automotive GCC's conference. I can read out, but I believe this presentation would be shared with all of the people here. Ms. Jaya, am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I will not take time reading out each conference name, but what I want to emphasize here is that everybody who travels from anywhere or from the world will have an extremely packed schedule if they are planning to attend Bharat Mobility, and there is a